Hello everybody, we are here. It is the TQ Invitational, round number 1. This is the second TQ Invitational. Very happy to have you guys here. It is going to be a great game, number 2, between FXOpTiKzErO, the Protoss in the top, going up against NOVAstalife, the Terran on the left. This is going to be a great game. Last game we saw a great Banshee harassment, cloak Banshee harassment from Stalife, going ahead and putting the 1-gate fast span from FXOpTiKzErO, really doing a ton of damage, as FXOpTiKzErO just did not have detection out in time. He's got to be aware of that very bad timing window of cloak Banshees coming into the main base, as it's almost GG at some point, considering that he ended up being behind Stalife from the actual probe count versus SCV count. And immediately I'm actually looking at this and seeing that FXOpTiKzErO is doing a great job of keeping probes on the closest mineral patches to make sure they can maximize the effectiveness of his mining. We do have him chrono boosting out probes, very normal. Look over here, Stalife is not doing the same thing. He's just got an even distribution of all of his SCVs, not worrying too much about that little half-second game. And now, no, it looks like FXOpTiKzErO just created normal Metalopolis. So it looks like Stalife is now going to know the fact that there is a possibility for close spawns, as I can go ahead and scout the close spawns, as this is the difference in TSL Metalopolis as well as the MLG Metalopolis, and that now we have this, and look at this. Yeah, so here we go. Stalik's going to move in and be very happy. Immediately seeing in close positions, Stalife is going to be ecstatic, as this means that his ground army that walks on the ground is just going to be able to go directly into FXOpTiKzEro's base. And FXOpTiKzErO should be aware of the fact that Stalife's scout was fairly early, and probably going to go ahead. Yep, he is scouting in the right direction, so he does know that close spawning will be the what's going to be happening. So he might be a little bit wary about that 1-gate fast expand. If he goes for that again and Stalife just goes for an early pressure, it's going to take absolutely zero time for Stalife to just go ahead and start breaking apart this natural expansion, and that would really hurt FXOpTiKzErO. We'll see what he's going to try and do. He's going to go ahead and throw down his Cybernetics core. We're most likely going to get that Zealot first, so that's definitely what he's going to need to do to try and make sure that he can actually have enough attacking units in order to survive a push. Alright, move back here in Stalife's main. We do see that we have a deck and barracks going down. Stalife, upon seeing the close spawns, may want to go ahead and do a little bit of a timing attack with his barracks units. Getting a tech lab right now, probably going to want to research a little bit of stim, as that would definitely be a great addition to a push. Stim push is obviously incredibly strong. Plus, you can hit right before it, hopefully catch the Protoss off guard and do a lot of damage. FXOpTiKzErO is going ahead and throwing down his second gas, so he will not be seeing the 1-gate fast expand. This Zealot is actually surprisingly late. I would definitely expect that to be sooner. And we are going to see Warp Gate. We are going to see... Okay, apparently we're not going to see, but we do see a little bit of a simulator mining, as, why is there still no... Okay, we do have Stalker being made... Wait a second, is FXOpTiKzErO going to want to make a Robo or something? Or just hide his tech? I think he wants to build... some type of, he might be going for a Stargate or something, but no, he's going to go ahead and research the Warp Gate, but I guess he might be waiting for this SCV to actually be dealt with before putting down his main piece of tech. Look, I'm really going to go ahead and expect and call a Stargate play from FXOpTiKzErO, judging by the fact of how you want to wait on so much gas. And we go over here. Stargate did just get put down. FXOpTiKzErO is going for Stargate, making sure to hide the tech from Stalife's SCV as he throws down another gateway. So we can see a tiny push coming out of both players. We do look over here and see that there are a few units out. No researching coming out from this tech lab, though. Stalife still only on 1 gas. He might be actually going for a little bit of an expansion of his own, but he's got a couple Marauders queued up. A little bit of a misclick over there. It's a little too soon to queue up those units. And here we do have FXOpTiKzErO spreading out units and pylons, make sure he can get all the vision he can. And there it is. This is definitely going to be cool. I want to see if he's going to go for Void Rays or Phoenixes. I'm going to go ahead and call a Void Ray, judging by the money that he's building up. However, he's supply blocked. He's got to wait for this pylon to finish. He's going to go ahead and queue up the Void Ray. It's Phoenix. Okay, so I'm wrong. Call a Stargate, though. That's pretty good. And now, we're going to watch this as we see FXOpTiKzErO is going to go ahead and start making some units, I would assume. First Phoenix is coming out, but look at this. Here we have a small push from Stalife, leading in with a few SCVs. He could take out a few units, and definitely FXOpTiKzErO cannot handle this army as of yet. The Phoenix is going to be the wrong choice, as it's not going to be able to add any DPS to attack these guys. A Void Ray would have been so beneficial, but he is going to go ahead and lift up one of the Marauders. That's really going to help him. The problem is, though, he only has this one... Oh, God, Stalife is going to be able to do so much damage. This one Zealot and Stalker are going going to try and do as much damage as they possibly can. But OpTiKzErO needs to pull probes if he wants to have a hope of dealing with this. There it is, probes being pulled, units being warped in, but he's got to be careful of this very hurt stalker. He needs the DPS, but there it is, another Phoenix coming out, more stalkers over there. Going to go ahead and lift off the Marines, do as much damage as he can, and go back to mining. So actually, very good move by OpTiKzErO. You can see that after that, OpTiKzErO is now ahead, 40 food to Stalief's 34 food. So very good hold on his part, reducing the units. OpTiKzErO is up 7 workers, but Stalief does have the benefit of mules, and we have the expansion being thrown down by OpTiKzErO. Very, very good, very good move on his part. He's definitely feeling safe. He's got the Phoenixes to keep his map control, but the question is Stalief going to go ahead and get missile turrets out? Does not seem so. He does have a command center completely finished. Probably going to make no orbital command. Okay, there it is. He's going to go ahead and float it off. Orbital command down there. He does have the bunker about to be completed, but these Phoenixes can do a little bit of harassment. There we have 2 running around, third one on the way. Definitely going to be great in doing harassment against Stalief, but Stalief's expansion is earlier than OpTiKzErO. It's not going to be that difficult. OpTiKzErO can deal with this, especially because he did see that this command center is being put down, which is really the information that he needs. He knows that he can spend a little time being passive, getting upgrades, teching up a little bit more, and doing what he needs to do. Using this chance to get this Nexus that will be safe, unless Stalief does a little bit of a strange push. He doesn't really have the units for it, though, and both of these players do know that. And look at this, Phoenix is running around. They do have 2 kills on their part, so they're mostly SCV kills, but the missile turret has now been put into place. Marines are great against Phoenixes, especially once they have stim. They just destroy Stargate units. But look at this. What do we have? We have another gateway there, and a robo being put down. So OpTiKzErO could theoretically be going for a sort of almost a PvZ type of army composition with Void Ray Colossi. That's actually also effective against Terran in some respects, especially against Mech Terran. The Void Rays are a great addition. And there we have more running around with the Phoenixes taking a few hits, but will they pick off an SCV? No. Stalief has great positioning on his Marines. Going to go ahead and punish those Phoenixes if they try to lift off anything. We do a little bit of hull damage on that one Phoenix, as the other ones are at full health. Alright, so now look at this. We do have sentries going out in the army. A lot of sentries. 5 sentries out. Really using the gas that OpTiKzErO is getting, mostly for gateway units right now. His robo did finish. I don't think he has any observers. No observers are on the field. But these Phoenixes are really showing a lot of vision for OpTiKzErO, giving him a great information. Now, what is he actually? He's really watching everything inside the main base. Just picked off an SCV building supply depot. That is actually supply blocking Stalief for a second, but not a huge deal. He just goes ahead and finishes it anyway. But these medevacs are going to take a little. Oh god, they're going to take some damage from the Phoenixes if the Phoenixes are down there waiting for that to pop. But there it is, and oh, he sees it, and then he's going to take one shot off, but not do too much damage. There it is, taking a few hits that he can. And now here we go. His factory is going to go ahead and continue making its way. Going to go ahead and give all the information that Stalief could really hope for. But look at the food count. There's a startling difference. We do see 46 pros versus 35 SCVs, but really 20 food lead for OpTiKzErO at this point is very significant. He's doing great use of his Phoenixes, keeping Stalief inside his base, and he does know that this push is coming. There are all these units. This high zealot sentry composition is great, but oh yeah, Stalief is aware of that. Knows he could get ripped apart by the force fields, and now that Stalief sees that, he's going to go ahead and retreat. Knows he has to be passive. His upgrades are not done. He only just started +1 weapons. He's also producing a few Vikings. Really going to be wary of the Colossi that very well could be coming. We do have a Colossi being produced right now. Where is that Robo Bay? There's the Robo Bay. It is producing Thermal Lance. So OpTiKzErO is really going for a type of a PvZ composition, except he's more Zealot Sentry heavy in order to deal with the bio. We can go ahead and force field behind the units, and then just use his Zealots to enclose the gap and deal a ton of DPS. So here we have the factory is going to go ahead and return. The Phoenixes are running around. Looks like OpTiKzErO wants to go ahead and maybe expand down here or maybe over here. We'll see where his pro's going to go, though he actually could be going for a base down here. This is the least likely to be scouted, as generally you would expand to a main, but it does seem that OpTiKzErO is going to go ahead and ignore my last comment and go out to what my first thought was and go for the base over here. Probe is going to a weird spot down there. It's not a huge deal, but look at this. First Colossus is out. Thermal Lance is almost done, and we have another Colossus on the way. Is OpTiKzErO going to go ahead and actually do the push with... no, he's not going to do the push. Okay, so this is a very interesting little thing. Both these guys are being very passive, poking in, moving back, doing as much damage as they possibly can. There's also a guy screaming in the hallway of my college dorm, but that's going to hopefully not go through your ears. It's unfortunately in mine. But here we have this push. Stalief is now going to go ahead and start to poke a little bit of his own. But look at this. He scans, and FXOpTiKzErO, he could do a lot of damage, but both players are pulling back. FXOpTiKzErO has a superior army, and NOVAstalife is not going to go ahead and push. I guess it's all going to depend on the force fields and guardian shield from FXOpTiKzErO. Will he? Okay, it's not going to matter. NOVAstaLife's going to go ahead and pull back again. He does have +1 weapons, no +1 armor being researched. Look over here, we do have charge being upgraded from the Twilight Council, as well as we have +1 weapons from the Forge going down. Definitely going to be a good choice from him, as this can be trying to increase the maximum effectiveness of his Colossi, as every upgrade for Colossi does so much damage. And here we have this Nexus almost completed, but look at this, a drop from NOVAstalife. I believe he actually does have vision of that base. He does have vision of the base. He could easily drop it. Might be waiting for this to finish, though. And now, let's see. Oh, wow, this is going to be a thing. Let's see. Cruncher in a show match. Didero moves on. Okay, so now that that's done, we do have all these guys moving in, and this is going to be essentially a free base for NOVAstalife, as there's no way FXOpTiKzErO is going to be able to actually use this base. We do have this one program taken before it can even return, and GSO ladder. Okay. So now these guys are moving in, and there it is. This Nexus does go down. Free base for NOVAstalife. I do apologize for messaging those guys. I am running this tournament as well as casting it, so I do have to split off for half a second sometimes and talk to the players. Alright, so now NOVAstalife is going to be there. He's going to go ahead and move in. Alright, so now, let's see. Actually, wait. Oh, wow. No, Sungmin Choi. I need to talk to Sungmin Choi. Where's Sungmin Choi? Sungmin Choi. Ah, I just missed it. Whatever. Ah! Where is it? There we go. Okay, so there we go. So now they're running in, and we're going to go ahead and move in and watch these guys are going to go ahead and attack. A lot of Stalkers in this army. This Stalker Colossi mix is great. We do have the Phoenixes making sure they don't move ahead, and they're just going to go ahead and follow the Colossus, try and pick off the Vikings, and hit an Exo from FXOpTiKzErO down here in a very strange spot. I do not believe NOVAstalife has no knowledge of this. We're going to be careful with our transient probes. We do have a good proxy pilot to go ahead and scout this gold down here, and look at this. NOVAstalife is watching these expansions with this Marine down here, and there is a huge amount of probes. That's a very large investment. If these guys get taken out soon, then FXOpTiKzErO has taken a huge amount of losses. But look at this. NOVAstalife going to go ahead and go for the gold. Oh, FXOpTiKzErO. Please tell me you're going to get position on this gold watchtower and see this command center. Oh, I do believe you saw the command center. I really hope you saw the command center. I really, really do. There it is. He knows about that command center. Going to go ahead and push in and go ahead and kill this off. Unless the Vikings are actually going to be enough to defend this. It does not seem so. That command center goes down. Huge investment. But all these Vikings, a huge Viking count. And they're actually picking off the Colossus. Doing a good job of target firing. And now these Phoenixes are going to take a lot of hits from the Vikings as well as the Marines. Moving into FXOpTiKzErO. Not controlling his army very well. Where are the force fields? There's no guardian shields. There we go. Guardian shields are there. But look at this. Only one Colossus is left. Or two Colossus are being left. But they're not attacking the over here from NOVAstalife. They're hitting these SCVs, which is not what he wants to do, but instead he's going to go ahead and start. There it is. Now Marker going to kill off this army while keeping a lot of his own army alive. Taking off those SCVs made his army take a few more hits than it possibly could have, but NOVAstalife is going to go ahead and be pushed back. FXOpTiKzErO is playing beautifully, and look at this. NOVAstalife just now is going to kill off a little bit, and it looks like he's finally found out about this expo, but oh, look at this. All of these charge lots are there. They're going to be able to clean this up. If they just start attacking, there we go. NOVAstalife going to go ahead and pull back. Great defense of that drop. Good use of the warpins from FXOpTiKzErO. He does have a perfect saturation on the mirror line down there. Go ahead and push the front. One Colossus is in the mix and go do as much damage as he possibly can. This bunker is going to go down. There's a ghost in the mix. The ghost is the EMP. It looks like he might have EMP. There's not very much energy, but here you have Blink on these guys targeting off those Vikings, and now just hitting everything he possibly can. NOVAstalife is this is looking like GG, as NOVAstalife just does not have much in the way of anything right now. All of his expos got shut down, trying to do too much, and with the drops and everything. Oh, there's another drop down here, but all these charge lots, again, going to do a ton of damage. There's GG from NOVAstalife. Looks like we're going to be moving on to game number 3 in a moment. Very, very nice.